You got the lowrider coach from the West Coast, and you originally from the West Coast, right?
Born in Ohio.
Are you from Ohio?
Born in Ohio.
Okay, that's why he's so thorough.
Yeah,
One of your compadres.
Yeah,
You
one of
didn't
my
know that, yeah.
compadres.
Because this mother always Cleveland this, Cleveland that, Ohio.
I
He
love
hung out
Ohio.
with Drew Carey a lot.
Oh,
That's
it's
why.
the world, bro. It'll make you. It'll make you.
Yeah, if you can make it, man, Ohio, I spent all my life trying to get out that mother.
That's
I
all
love it,
still
dog,
talk
but it's
about
just like,
too. He like I had to get up
real.
out of Ohio.
because I knew I would get stuck, man. It's like Ohio's the place you can really get in a lot of trouble, dog.
Absolutely.
You get in a lot of trouble, and that's all I saw for myself. If I would have stayed up there, dog, I think for sure I would have wound up dead or in the penitentiary.
I say it every single day, man.
There just ain't nothing else to do. It's hopeless.
I mean,
It's just I got to get up out of here. Like the first Greyhound.
Once you
and
realize
the first
what's going on,
you be like, like one of them you see on one of them old movies, and they be like, man, I'm tired of this place. I'm stuck here. I got to get out. And you got to hit that Greyhound and get the fuck up out of there.
the biggest misconception is people feel like Ohio is nothing but cornfields and all that shit. Like every time you talk to somebody, be like, "Oh, you from Ohio?"
Man, them hood like a motherfucker.
Ohio is one of the most treacherous places you can live.
Yeah, I've been there a gang of times.
People don't realize. I mean, for the last few years, I mean, it was a drug overdose state capital of the United States.
yeah, you could lose your life up there. And it's just different people, man. It's like, the chick that we was looking at, the Big Topic chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's normal females. Like, they've been around like that forever. You see how she had her little strap right there, dog, on the side?
Man,
They walk razor blades in their mouth, dog. Like, you can catch the bad one up there real easy.
listen, I lost some female friends that was hard in the game. You know what I'm saying? In the street up there. Some girls they
What do you attribute that to?
Man, poverty, man. Cleveland.
I got my vision too. Go ahead.
You know what I think it is, man? I think in Cleveland, there are no options up there, right? Now, there are, man, but they're very few. So when somebody gets something, they usually tend to hold on to it. Like if somebody get a job at GE somewhere, one of the good jobs, they tend to hold on to that motherfucker. They not going to miss no work. They going to be there, right? And they usually, like Ohio is cheap. You can go get you a nice crib up there, dog, for the low, if you got something going on. But other than that, dog, it's just almost like a fishbowl, man. It's like, just imagine being stuck in this room. That's how you feel, dog, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, when I was growing up, the job to have in that area, it was known. You work at State Farm. My mom worked for State Farm. You know what I'm saying? Dow Chemical, Kaiser Aluminum.
Yeah, Dow Chemical.
Fiberglass. You know what I'm saying? Owens Corning Fiberglass. Those are the jobs. If you couldn't get a job in one of them places, it's like he said, you pretty much asked out. And if you had a job in those other places like that, that was kind of the standard. So, you know what I mean? Like, for people that play ball and whatnot, like, if once you graduated, if you didn't go to school, if you was successful, then you was working in one of them places.
Yeah, that was the goal. That was the goal because my pops, he used to work for
So wait, before you answer that, so playing sports, you didn't feel like you could have
Oh yeah, that was my way out though.
Right.
That was my way out. I just knew. See, when you don't know no better, dog, I thought Cleveland was the greatest place in the world until I started seeing other places, right? Because my family, the one thing that we was good for, back then, you wasn't buying no house full of kids, no plane tickets, right? You was getting in the car and driving everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Either that and we would go somewhere, right? So we would get in the car, and my stepdad was good for that. He would take us out to Cedar Point, but then one time, I thought we was going to Cedar Point. I just know we left the house hella early in the morning, and I woke up, dog, and we was like in Virginia somewhere. We was on our way down to Mississippi.
We didn't leave the state.
We was going down to Mississippi, so just seeing all them other towns, I used to always wonder, like, man, I wonder what's going on. I just knew it was something bigger for me, dog. Not saying I was one of them that just knew I'm going to be a celebrity, I'm going to be this. I just knew I wanted to do something different with myself, dog. I didn't want to get stuck.
And what was going on?
Because it really started getting real manny, man, when the crack came. When the crack started hitting, I saw the whole dynamic of my neighborhood change, because it went from being to where we was the hood, but we had nice yards. People kept their grass cut. Everybody got along. But then you start seeing this house that used to be Miss Grant's house turned to the spot. Because she old and her grandkids running that motherfucker. They don't turn that to the trap house, you know what I mean? There's people coming out there, and then you see the little homie, the homie that ain't nothing but 4 foot tall. He driving a deuce and quarter down the street and got a pocket full of money like this. And it started getting crazy because that same little homie now pulling a pistol. He known to shoot. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you see the dudes that was your classmates just turning into savages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was real different, man.
When I seen one of the homies I grew up with, he killed 3 people for $250.
I remember the one homie, I ain't gonna say his name, but I remember one time he smoked one of them wet sticks. And he got in the other homie's deuce and quarter and just rolled up on the sidewalk and just ran over a bunch of people, dog. Like, I saw crazy stuff, man. I'm pretty sure I was traumatized living in Cleveland. I saw people shot in Cleveland, like point blank, like niggas just walk up on somebody, pop, and just keep on going about their business, didn't give a fuck, dog.
Yeah, man. So many
Niggas get
stories
stabbed,
like
get
that.
just because it was poverty, dog. Like,
It's definitely that.
that's how I learned how to fight, and I became pretty good with my hands because living in Cleveland, you had to know how to fight. I remember I was coming home from school one day, and this one dude chased me to my house, big old dude, man. And my mom's had that back screen door locked. And you know, moms be having that phone, always talking to the same home girl. Mom's on the phone, like, she looked back there and said, she see me run up the driveway. Nigga, who you running from?
Like,
And she see that nigga back there, she said, you better go back out there and handle that. I went out there and handled it, dog. I ain't had no problem since then.
Yeah, you couldn't be no runner.
You couldn't be no niggas running to the house and stuff like that.
We came from them, you know, hard working down south Mississippi ass running. Who you running from, nigga? You better fight a motherfucker.
My mama told me, she said, don't never be scared of no man. He a man, a nigga just like you. You better, you know what I'm saying? And then my uncles, they really, because you know they was penitentiary dudes, you know what I'm saying? They really taught me how to, you know, throw them things. So from then on, dog, I just wasn't scared of nobody, dog. I was like, whatever, we go scrap, we go scrap.
That's my family. They migrated from Birmingham, Alabama, when all the church bombing was going on. So that's how we ended up in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's how
everybody in Ohio is from the South, dog. Everybody from Ohio is either the South or New Jersey. I don't know what it is, man, but a whole bunch of people moved New Jersey.
Nigga said, we get up out of New Jersey going to Cleveland.
I know if somebody coming to Cleveland.
So when did you feel like, nigga, I got to play sports to get up out of here?
Well, you know what, dude? I went to Glenville High School at first, dog, and it was a legendary coach there named Tar-Blooded, James Hubbard. He saw me when I was in the 8th grade. I was up by Glenville when the stadium was outside. I was up there messing around playing some football. He said, son, what grades you in? How I miss you? I'm in 8th grade. Oh, you go to Thomas Jefferson. He said, how come you didn't play football? Because at that time, the 9th grade was in the junior high still. He said, why you didn't play football? And he the first one I started getting recruited messing with him. And it became real then because I would be thinking, man, I ain't getting no scholarship nowhere, dog. But then I saw people start getting scholarships in front of me. And so he planted that seed in my head, even though I couldn't quite get it at that time. By the time it really resonated, it was kind of too late because my grades is real messed up, right? So I wound up getting a bunch of junior colleges around the country trying to recruit me. And so I wound up coming out here to California. It was either there, I think I said this last episode, it was either there or Coffeyville College in Kansas. And I said, I'm going to California.
You just your life up, nigga. Your ass should have been in Coffeyville right now.
I'm glad,
with
man.
With some overalls on. And it's true.
You know what, man? I say this, man. California, man, is the place where I really became a man, though.
I came out here. It worked you in some.
Yeah, you know, I came out here, dog, and I learned survival skills in Cleveland, right? But I really learned survival skills out here because I didn't have no parents that was just going to send me money. Like, you know how your son got you and my son got me? Yeah. I didn't have nobody I call, hey, send me, cash app me $500. Wasn't no cash app. If you got some money, it was coming either by Western Union or the mail. And I just started telling moms and pops, send it to me in the mail because y'all paying $10 to send me $40. I'd rather have that other 10.
Give you that motherfucker. Post office money order in the mail.
Hell yeah, and they come in there, man, and that's how it was, because, man, I remember out here, dog, it was rough at first, man. I was eating damn top ramen every night, damn near, dog.
Yeah, when you in the
thing
spot.
you say about that though, it's 1,000% accurate though, because like when you said Ohio and Cleveland made you, 1,000%. That's what made me the person that I am. But when I got out of there, I learned some different that I didn't learn in the neighborhood. So growing up in the neighborhood, just like you said, when a homie come up, roll up on you with a wad of money, nobody didn't give no about no credit. When you ask somebody about, you know what I mean, like about credit, they said, man, you don't need credit. Man, they got,
Oh yeah,
I got
you
this,
didn't
I got
learn
this
nothing
Lincoln
about
Continental, I got this money, I can buy
credit.
whatever I want. Cash is king. Nah, bro, that ain't it at all.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.